All right, we have started going over concepts of division this week. What we did yesterday and today is we just took a big number and broke it down into equal groups and then try to see how many of an item is in each group. So on the homework tonight, on the first one, it says divide 4 triangles into groups of 2. So they went ahead and drew the circles around the groups. And so the students would just circle 2 at a time. And then they saw that there are 2 groups of triangles, and they had 4. They divided it into 2 groups, and 2 were in each. So sometimes they're going to draw circles around things, which is what this homework is. Or if, let's say they didn't have all this and they just had the problem 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So they would take 4 and split it into 2 groups. So then they would just tally and divvy out tallies until they get to 4. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Then they would see, oh, I had 2 in each group. So for this one, divide 9 eggs into groups of 3. So that would be 1, 2, 3 in a group, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. It doesn't, matter however they want to circle them, they can. So 9 eggs divided into groups of 3. When they counted, they have 1, 2, 3 groups. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. We've also kind of talked about the concept that we know that 9 divided by 3 is 3 because we know we could reverse this and say 3 times 3 is equal to 9. Division always starts with the biggest number, and you break it down to the repeated number. And multiplication, you end with the biggest number. You have the number of groups and then the repeated number. So we just kind of talked about how those are all part of a fact family. And by looking at one fact, like 9 divided by 3 equals 3, we also know 3 times 3 is 9. All right, this one is divide 12 buckets of paint into groups of 3. So they would say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we count the groups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 groups. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. If they didn't have a picture like that, they could tally it out. So we're going to take 12 and divide it.
Ms. Rosmer, please buzz the front office. Ms. Rosmer, please buzz the front office.
We're going to take 12 and divide it among 3 groups. So we could draw 3 groups and then divvy out 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. When we get to 12, we stop, and then we see we had 4 in each group. And so we just talk about, like, you're playing a card game where you're giving out candy with friends. You get one, you get one, you get one. You get one, you get one, you get one. You just divvy them all out until you get to that big number. All right, the last one says group the squares to show 15 divided by 5. So our big group has 15 in it. So we always start with our bigger number. And groups of 5, you can see that that's a group of 5. This is a group of 5, and this is a group of 5. We know that when we're done, we had 3 groups. And so 15 divided by 5 is 3. There were 3 groups. And again, if they know 15 divided by 5 is 3, they know 15 divided by 3 is 5. These two numbers can switch. This number always stays the same because you have to start with the big number. We can also look at the fact family and know 5 times 3 is 15, and 3 times 5 is 15. So in multiplication, we always end with the bigger number. So that's just kind of showing them when I know one fact, I really know 2 in this case when the numbers are the same, or 4 facts by looking at it as a fact family.